I'm Mark Fiske, and you're listening to Clear the Air. Health isn't permanent, and people aren't permanent, and that's true for everyone, even people who aren't as old as me. It wasn't too long ago that I crossed paths with a former student who told me that if she didn't start drinking plain water, she'd be dead by the time she turned 24. And that's sad, but that's a perspective I'm approaching this episode from. I resigned in 2021, and I know that there were people who had assortments of emotions over that decision. I guess I'm not really going to address that, except to say, for me, yes, there were some kids coming up that following year that I was very sorry to leave. But a one more year approach to things only works if you can keep finding ways to work through the battles you're facing. And since it was clear that if there was a plan to address some of those things, it was a very bad one. One more year wasn't going to work. Adults will make mistakes, and then sometimes they do the same kind of thing so many times that you have to firmly plant them into the fool me once file, even if they keep offering apologies and demanding forgiveness. High school kids make mistakes too. Boy, do they make mistakes. But when it's actions taken by high school kids, sometimes it's really tough. But you have to forgive those things even if there wasn't a pandemic in play. However, that doesn't mean there isn't still some value in an apology, but that's not a skill everyone has or even ever learns. With really only one exception, I'm witnessing the school band programs in my area shrinking. And then I started witnessing the live music scene in my area shrinking. Like you've heard me say, we're rebuilding the X-Band for school-age musicians, but talking with some of my alumni musicians, a drummer, a trombone player, a bass player, and 2 singers, it was obvious that there was a need for a group that served as an opportunity and as an outlet for the school band members to keep playing after they leave school. That group eventually formed and became known as Break the Chain, and eventually we hope Break the Chain will be a tool for our area band and choir directors to use to help them get kids interested in joining their groups, and then maybe even forming their own groups. To be perfectly clear, I don't think kids that want to form their own bands need a manager, and I really don't think they need a momager. A manager who thinks they need to steer or exploit a group of kids who just want to play music for people is probably better off trying to find an adult group looking for that. And a momager almost always struggles to make decisions that take anyone other than their own kid into account. And those arrangements almost always seem to fail. That's not what I'm offering through Sonic Spotlight Productions, but what I am offering is a set of services and support from some people who have done it, who've established positive relationships with other people who have done it, and can either provide what you need or point you in the right direction.